I've just chosen 6 because of limitation of time, but there are so many points that we need to keep in mind. These are the ones that I thought would be good to talk about. The point number 1 is do not seek company on this path, on the path of devotion. Be prepared to walk alone. Oftentimes in the world, we seek company. We go where the crowd is going. There's the herd mentality in the world. And we like to just go where other people are going. And so there may be a temptation to just go on the other path because most people are going on the other path. Very few are going on this path. And the aspirant may think, well, my own spouse doesn't go on this path. My own children, they're all going on the other path. And it's so difficult for me, so difficult. They don't follow my guru, they don't follow my path. There was a beautiful song I heard. Sometimes these nice songs from Hindi films, they can be quite nice. Many of them are very nice, and many of them are very spiritual if you think about them, if you convert them towards spirituality. I'd like to share a little bit of that with you. The song, it just made an impact on me when I heard it. It said, कोई चले चले ना चले हम तो चल पड़े मंजिल की जिसको धुन हो उसे कारवां से क्या मंजिल की जिसको धुन हो उसे कारवां से क्या. One who wants to reach the destination does not look for a caravan. I thought it was beautiful that when you want to go on the spiritual path, don't look for company. Is this one coming? Is that one coming? Just go it all alone. I remember Shri Maharaji speaking to a devotee. And I think I may have shared this with you before in another session. I'll share it again. She said there was a young girl, and she said, Maharaji, I'm going on by train, going home now after the sadhana program is ended, and I'm going all alone, and I'm afraid. Maharaji looked at her very lovingly and said, you came to this world alone, and when you leave the world, you'll be alone, so don't be afraid of going alone. And again, that made such an impact on my mind. Don't be afraid to go all alone on this path. Don't be afraid because God and Guru are with you. Now let's talk about the family unit. Everybody has their own sanskars. Everyone has their own way of thinking. Everyone has their own likes and dislikes. And everybody in the family has come from so many different places, and now they've come together as a family unit. But they may be very different from one another. And so if one person wants to follow the path of devotion, another one says, I don't even believe in God. It's all a hoax. There's no such thing as God. Another says, well, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Is there God? Another one says, I believe in God, but I don't believe in Guru. They're all imposters. So everybody's saying the different thing. So don't worry about it. Just go on this path alone. And we're never alone. And it's all a matter of faith. The fact is that God and Guru are always with us. And if they're with us, then we don't need any other company. A follow-up point is that don't be angry with those who put roadblocks on your path. It's very tempting to get angry and pump our fist at them, say, how dare you do this? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting roadblocks? Why are you putting obstacles in my path? It's difficult enough as it is. Again, I'm reminded of a story Maharaji told us. There are 2 dogs that lived in Mangar. This is how Maharaji told it. 2 dogs are living in Mangar. And, they get enough food to eat, but they get very simple food. So Maharaji had made sure that we get very simple food, sattvic food. And so they're getting simple food, roti, rice, dal, vegetables. But they heard that 100 miles away, there's a place called Ayodhya. And there are a lot of good food over there, like puris and, fried food and halwa. So they both decided that they will take a chance and they'll go 100 miles away to Ayodhya Ji. And so they decided that they would travel 10 miles a day. It was a good plan. They traveled 10 miles and then they thought, wherever we arrive in that village, well, we'll take shelter over there. it was a good plan, but the dogs in that village, when they stopped after 10 miles, the dogs of that village did not let them come into the village. Dogs are very territorial. So they barked and barked, and these two wisely did not fight with these other dogs. They said, okay, we'll stop in 10 miles. So they went to the second time they tried to stop after 20 miles. Again, the dogs of that village did not allow them to enter the village. So they thought, never mind, let's just go. And so the dogs in the third village, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, none of the dogs in any village let them even enter the village. So consequently, these two dogs, they were going to reach Ayodhya from Mangar in 10 days. They reached in 2 days. They didn't fight with the other dogs. They did not get angry. They didn't waste their time. And they knew that they would be harmed physically as well if there are only two of them, and maybe 30 or 40 of the other dogs. So they didn't fight with anyone. They didn't get angry. They quietly just kept on their path. And there is a great lesson for all of us in this. If someone is becoming an obstacle in devotion, if somebody very close to you even starts saying, what is this nonsense? What is this Radhey Radhey all about? Are you out of your mind? What are you doing? You're an educated person. What are you into this for? What's going on? It's okay. Don't get angry. Always look at it as a test from your guru. This is a test from God and Guru. God and Guru are always testing us. So this person who is saying all this to me is being used by Shri Krishna and by Shri Maharaji to test me. So I must not hate this person, because God lives within this person and he or she is just being used to test me. And if we keep that attitude, we would do much better on the path. The path of devotion, always remember, this is a path of love. It's not a path of hatred. It's not a belligerent path. Yeah, show them, punch them out, just knock them out. No, it's a path of love. It's a path of devotion. And so we must try, even if we don't have those qualities within, we must first try to fake it. That, okay, I'm being tolerant. I'm not really tolerant, but I'll try to be. And so we are showing ourselves to be better than we are. True. First, you just kind of fake it. And then what happens is, and Maharaji said this to us, first you fake it. Yeah, you feel like an imposter, no doubt. You'll think, I'm not so tolerant. I'm showing myself to be very tolerant, but I'm not. Okay, take it. It's okay. But eventually what happens is that we become more tolerant, that we're no longer imposters. We are actually becoming tolerant. Maharaji had said to us, when we were about to go out to preach, there were 10 of us, the group of 10, we were told by Maharaji, he said, there will be time when you'll be angry with people, but don't show your anger. Because if you do, then all those words you have spoken so lovingly in your lectures, they'll be forgotten. And the only words that person will remember from you are the words of anger. And that is exactly how it has been. All the lectures were just, flushed down the drain, and the only thing that a person remembers is words of anger. So Shri Maharaji said, and then we were thinking, well, that's being an imposter, and he knew what we were thinking. So he said, yes, you will think like you're being an imposter, but in time, you will actually become like that. So don't be angry with those who put roadblocks on your path, the path of devotion. Point number 3 is be proactive. We should not wait to be told how to do seva. We should just think about it. After all, a mother serves her child without being told by the child, Mommy, I need new clothes. Mommy, I need to eat now. Mommy, I need to be put to bed. Mommy, I need this. Mommy, I need that. The mother thinks for herself. She's very proactive. So in the same way, we who have every relationship with Sri Krishna, We have every relationship with God and Guru. We should not be told to do seva. We should, the best thing to do, of course, um, is not having to be told, but just doing it. I think this will please my Guru, so I'll do it. When we look at our own Gurudev, when we look at Shri Maharaji, we see that he served us. There's no end to the sevas he did for us, and our eyes fill with tears when we reflect on all that he did, all that we are aware of what he did, and then we are not aware of so much that he did and is doing for us even now. We didn't have to tell him. You say, yeah, well, he knew everything. He knew everything. Yes, but at least we should do our best. An aspirant, a sadhak, should not be told what to do. We must be proactive, and we should think, what more can I do? What more can I do? What can I do? One step below that is just doing the seva happily. When we are giving the seva, when we are told to do something for God and Guru, we should just do it happily. And yet one step above is doing seva without having been told what to do. It all depends on our reflection. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. I've come across many, many devotees who just do seva just because they love seva and they think about it. Just day and night they're thinking, what more can I do? What more can I do? So a devotee, an aspiring devotee, must be proactive. Point number 4 is a devotee, an aspiring devotee, must always remember that God is gracing us at all times. Not just sometimes, but at all times. Even when things are not going great, they're not going great, God is gracing me. Things are going great, God is gracing me. That's easy. That's easy. When things are going really fine, yes, God is great, God is wonderful. Jai Ho, Bhagwan Aapki Jai Ho. We say, all glory to you, you're so merciful. But the tough thing is to realize His grace even when things are not going well. When there are events in life that are contrary to our desire. I wished for this to happen, but that happened. I didn't want that to happen. But no, God knows, and my Guru knows what is good for me. So although I don't want this to happen, it is happening to me. So I'll be peaceful. I'll be happy with it, because obviously this is what God wants for me. Obviously this is what my Guru wants for me. I'm not saying that we should not try, that at the human level we should not try and we just accept whatever's happening. I mean, after we have tried our best, yet the outcome is contrary to what our desire is, then yes, I accept your will. And that's a very big lesson for all of us, to accept His will. That you know what is good for me. I don't know what's good for me, but you know. You have known me for countless lives. You are living inside of me. You are all knowing. I am ignorant. I'm an ignorant child of yours. And I think that this is good for me, but you have decided that this is not good for me. So my mind says one thing, but you say that another thing is good for me. So I will align my thoughts with what you are giving me. Shri Maharaji always told anyone who wished to live in Mangad, he would say, if you wish to live in the ashram in the center, then you want to move here permanently, then you must understand that you will not be given the seva of your choice. I will give the seva. I will say to you, this is what you should do. And then this is what I want you to do. And you should not say, no, I don't want this. I remember going with one of the devotees to Maharaji's room, and she wanted me to plead with Maharaji or ask Maharaji if she likes to read. And she likes some seva that involves reading and studying. And I asked on her behalf, Maharaji, can she have a seva? I don't know how I put it, but Maharaji said, no, she will do the seva that I asked her to do. And she made peace with it. So after some time, now she has the seva that she always wanted. But at that time, Maharaji wanted her to do that seva because he did not want her to impose her own will. That your own will is it must be subservient to the Guru's will. A very important lesson for all of us, that God is gracing me at all times, no matter what is going on in my life. It is a sign of God's grace. Point number 5 is be humble. Humility is paramount on the path of devotion. It is so important that Maharaji stressed it time and time again, stressed on it time and time again. Maharaji would say, I have been telling you about humility, dinta, sahanshilta. I am telling you this again and again, and you're not understanding it. He would say with some regret and sadness, humility. And we must check ourselves. How am I speaking to another person? Am I speaking with respect? No matter who it is. Am I speaking respectfully? Or have I got this pride within me that tells me I have the right to speak to this person with pride? How am I speaking? What is my conduct like? What is my behavior like? Do I think I'm a big devotee and that everyone is below me? If yes, then it's very bad. Then I must take immediate steps to correct that. And this is why Shri Maharaji emphasized tears in sadhana. Shed tears of humility, shed tears of love, shed tears of longing, shed tears. Those tears wash away the pride. And we must understand who we really are. We must talk to ourselves. What am I proud of? What am I proud of? What do I have that I should be proud? I have not even understood who I am. I don't even recognize myself. So why am I so proud? Why am I behaving like this? What is the reason? Humility is very dear to God. And it's also very dear to Guru. To God and Guru, humility is extremely important. This is the reason why Shri Maharaji emphasized it again and again. And he was always very happy with the humble. The final point number 6, if you fall from the path, it happens that you waver and you fall, then don't get despondent. Just shake off the dust and start walking again. Just start walking again as quickly as possible. So you fall off the bandwagon, you can get back on. We must remember that we are sadhaks. We are aspiring devotees. And there'll be good days, there'll be bad days. There'll be times when we get so tired of our mind, we say, I just want to disown this mind of mine. I want just to be away from this mind. I just want to get rid of this mind. Yes, but that mind don't ever allow the mind to think, oh, well, I'm gone now, that's it. I remember someone who said to me, I'm so embarrassed to go near Maharaji. And I asked why. When I got married, he said, so, okay, so you got married. All right, so then what? You didn't commit a sin. But, I'm just so embarrassed that, I told Maharaji I want to go on this path so badly, then I got married. It's okay, so what? Do not go off the path now. That would be, getting married is not a sin. What is a sin is to go away from the path when you've got Jagat Guru as your guru. And just because you're embarrassed, you'll face him once, you feel embarrassed. Next time you'll be fine. He's very loving. So don't be afraid. So there could be many reasons in the mind. They're not valid reasons that, oh no, I may as well I'm not even worthy of this path. No, this is the mind talking. It's just the mind, gibberish. Always stay on this path. If you fall off, get a little bit distracted, come right back on and just shake off the dust, and you're good to go back again on this path. Because it's not like there's a choice. It's not like there's another path, right? Tulsidas Ji has said that he gives the example of a bird that sits on a ship, and that ship it sails, and now the bird, this bird is in the middle of the ocean. Now the bird cannot fly away because it doesn't have the stamina to fly miles and miles without resting. So that bird must just stay put. There's no other way for the bird to go. There is no path for us to go on. We know the worldly path. We know that that's not an option, because there's only unhappiness and misery on that path. And on this path, there are challenges on the path, but at the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold. And not only at the end, even as we go on the path and we strive, we keep on striving, we keep on making an effort, we get that pot of gold every day, don't we? We get some wonderful experience. We get that happiness within. We have not become pure devotees, but we are getting so many experiences that keep us on the path. But bad sanskars do come up, no doubt, they do come up, but they don't define you. They don't define you. Bad sanskars come up, so you fall off the path and come right back on, and God and Guru, they have your back. So these are some of the points that I wanted to take up. Today. बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की
जय।
जय।